Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary that you couldn't believe your eyes? Maybe you thought it was a dream or something supernatural. Even if you think you have seen it all, the world is a vast place with many unexplored areas. Fortunately, technology has made it easier to capture and share some of the most bizarre sightings. Are you curious? I can show you a fascinating collection of real, rare events that seem out of this world. First up, this is what scientists call the morning glory cloud. Otherwise known as a solitary wave cloud, it's caused by peninsulas large enough to attract sea breezes from two directions. When there's a significant temperature shift overnight in what is called a temperature inversion, the atmospheric waves rise and saturate to become a roll of clouds where the two breeze fronts meet. Now let me show you what a sundog is. What you'll see are two bright spots appearing next to the sun, as if there are three suns. This happens when hexagonal ice crystals, found in high-level cirrus or cirrostratus clouds, reflect and scan the sunlight horizontally, which is why the lights are found to the left and right of the sun. A sundog can also appear at lower levels if ice crystals are piling up due to moist air and freezing temperatures. If there's a sundog, there's the moondog caused by the same hexagonal ice crystals in cirrus or cirrostratus clouds. It's also called a mock moon or a paraselene, and it's much rarer than a sundog. Why? Apart from the refraction by ice crystals, a moondog also needs the moon to be at least in a quarter moon state. Otherwise, it won't be bright enough for people to witness it in the sky. The color also won't be as vivid as the sundog to the naked eye, since the reflected light isn't bright enough to stimulate the cone cells of the eye. Next, let's talk about some amazing natural phenomena. Have you ever heard of the Brockton specter? It's an optical illusion that can make your shadow appear far larger than usual. This phenomenon only occurs when you are in a cloud bank, which is a wall of clouds rising above the horizon or seen from a distance. When your shadow appears gigantic among the clouds, it also appears surrounded by several rings of light, giving it a rainbow-colored halo. This is caused by water droplets refracting sunlight and reflecting it back toward the sun. Another incredible natural phenomenon is the midnight sun. It occurs in places like Norway, Greenland, Canada, and the North Pole during the summer months and the South Pole in the winter. This phenomenon happens when the Earth's axis leans towards the sun in the summer season and away from it in the winter. During these 6 months, the two poles get more exposure to the sun's rays, resulting in the sun being visible for up to 24 hours a day. In Indonesia, there's a volcano called Kamala Ijen that has blue lava, but the lava itself isn't blue. Instead, it's the sulfur that catches a light in the form of electric blue flames when it meets oxygen. This is why you can only see the blue lava at night. During the daytime, the volcano appears like any other volcano. Now for some funky thunder that doesn't involve rain. Instead, it happens during snowfall called thunder snow or thunder snow storms. During such an event, you'll witness a lot of snow and lightning. They only happen when a rare set of conditions occur, and in fact, only 6.3 thundersnow events occur each year. To increase your chances of witnessing one, pay a visit to the Great Lakes in the US or Canada. This is where lake effect snow develops, which creates lightning in cold weather. Here's another amazing type of lightning. Ball lightning is the very rare appearance of a bright, spherical object ranging in size and duration. It's associated with thunderstorms, but it's a largely unexplained phenomenon. In fact, many scientists were skeptical of ball lightning up until the 1960s. Lab experiments have been able to produce visual effects that are similar to reports of ball lightning. However, it is unknown how these effects relate to the natural phenomenon. Due to its elusive nature, nobody is certain whether ball lightning is dangerous or not. This might be the most stunning sky you will ever witness. Polar stratospheric clouds are cloud formations that emit a variety of colors. This beautiful sight happens when extremely cold weather, brought about by the polar winter, reaches a temperature of -78 degrees Celsius. Because of the curvature of the planet's surface and the high altitude at which these clouds form, they receive sunlight even when it is below the horizon. They appear colorful because the particles within them experience diffraction, which means they spread out, similar to how a CD appears in light. Another spectacular rainbow-like cloud phenomenon, with red being the uppermost color, is the circumhorizontal arc. It usually happens in cirrus or cirrostratus clouds when an arc of bright colors appears due to the reflection of light in ice crystals. The light can be either moonlight or sunlight, although it's rarer to see it under the moon. Depending on the size of the cloud, the arc achieves its full form or appears as mere fragments. Now, for a river wave surfer's dream of a Pororoca tidal bore occurs during an equinox, which is when the sun and the moon align with the earth. During this event, the pull of the sun and the moon's gravity creates an unusual brown, murky tide in the Amazon. Some waves can reach up to 4 meters in height, and there's been an annual surfing competition on it since 1999. However, do watch out. The Amazon River is a beautiful sight, but it can also be dangerous. The powerful waves can carry dangerous plants and even entire trees. Another amazing phenomenon that occurs in the Amazon is the spectacular lightning event on the Catatumbo River in Venezuela. As the river reaches Lake Maracaibo, up to 280 lightning strikes occur every hour for 10 hours. This event is so well known that the flag and coat of arms of Zulia, a state in Venezuela, includes a lightning symbol. The reason for this lightning phenomenon is not entirely clear, but it's thought to be due to specific geographic features that channel warm winds into the lake's basin, which is enclosed by the mountains. These unique wind patterns create the thunderclouds that cause lightning strikes in the region. Believe it or not, you can see real-life ghost ships floating on the water, but only if you're lucky. This is due to the Fata Morgana effect, which is a specific type of mirage that appears just above the horizon and distorts the appearance of objects. Basically, light is reflected from a faraway object, such as a tanker, and bent downwards because of cold, dense air close to the water. Objects on the horizon appear to float because your brain wants to view the distant object as if the light was straight, even if it's bent. Thus, your brain places the object higher than its real location. This is a dust devil. Weaker than a tornado, a dust devil occurs in sunny, fair weather when hot air means cooler air. They're normally far from dangers. But some dust devils can grow big enough to wreak havoc. Something that's easily more dangerous is a fire devil or fire whirl. In August 2016, a rare phenomenon occurred in Beaver Creek, Colorado. It is caused by the combination of extreme heat and severe wind conditions. This peculiar occurrence resulted in a small yet noticeable flame within a waterfall. Moving on, the Eternal Flame Falls is situated in Shale Creek Preserve, New York. A grotto found behind the waterfall's base emits natural gas, which is then ignited to produce the enchanting flame. This site can be easily observed almost throughout the year and can be reignited to create a fascinating display of water and fire. Lastly, the moonbow is another unique natural occurrence. It is created when moonlight reflects off water droplets and refracts to form a rainbow. Also known as a lunar rainbow or a white rainbow, it can be seen opposite from where the moon is located in the sky. Due to the light source, a moonbow is not as vivid as the rainbows you usually see, so it's hard to see unless the night sky is very dark. In fact, it tends to appear white unless you conduct a long exposure shot. When the sun is directly overhead in Hawaii, in what's called the Earth's subsolar point, objects standing straight have no shadows. This is the Lahainima noon phenomenon, when the sun's rays and planet's surface directly meet at a right angle and lead to the brief removal of shadows. This tropical phenomenon occurs for less than an hour, but that's more than enough shadowless photos of ordinary objects. During the autumn and winter seasons, long-stemmed plants release thin layers of ice that eventually curl and create formations that resemble white flowers. These formations are known as frost flowers, but they are not actual flowers. Despite this, these ice blossoms, also called frost faces, look stunning when they form unique patterns. However, it is important to avoid touching the petals since they are very fragile and can easily break. In London, Ontario, Canada, photographer Ray Magerin captured photos of beautiful light pillars. A light pillar is an optical illusion that occurs when flat ice crystals move closer to the ground due to cold air in the winter. When a source of light reflects off these ice crystals, it creates a thin pillar. The bigger the ice crystal, the more noticeable the pillars become. When the pillars use sunlight, they are called solar or sun pillars and display red and orange hues. This huge gap appearing in mid to high level clouds, such as cirrocumulus and altocumulus clouds, is called a fall streak hole or sky punch. Water droplets go below freezing temperatures without actually getting frozen. Then, due to some disturbance, like a plane passing through, the water droplets freeze and eventually fall, causing a hole in the cloud. A fall streak hole can look completely round or take an oval form, which is why some witnesses think it's proof of UFOs. These are the blood falls of East Antarctica. Thanks to extensive research, it's thought that the red color is due to iron flowing in the salt water. The water comes from a lake beneath Taylor Glacier, and it accumulates all the iron from the bedrock below. When the iron-rich water reacts with oxygen in the air, it oxidizes and turns red. Known as the sailing stones, these stones found in Death Valley National Park in the U.S. weigh up to 300 kilograms. What's fascinating is how they've moved by up to 250 meters. Turns out it's due to ice shove, which is when the stones are covered in ice during winter, allowing the wind to finally move the stones bit by bit, thanks to their slippery surface. These are lenticular clouds that form in the troposphere. They have a unique shape that resembles giant white saucers. They appear only under rare circumstances when stable, moist air moves towards a huge eddy, which is a turbulent area caused by structures such as mountains and buildings. Undoubtedly, planet Earth is amazing, and you can discover something exceptional if you look at the right place at the right time. Which rare event would you like to witness the most? Have you seen any of these unusual phenomena? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.